Hello and welcome to the British Dapper 1000 subscriber special. Well, we've reached the 1000 subscriber level as a channel, and that's all down to subscribers and supporters helping me along the way. It's just my opportunity now really to thank you so much for your participation, support and encouragement. Now, about 2 years ago, literally to this day, I had the concept about developing a website and channel devoted to men's attire and giving information on how people could wear men's attire to better effect. And that was to encourage and enthuse individuals that may have never worn suits or traditional clothing before, to those that had worn them occasionally for weddings, funerals and things like that, or those that had been wearing clothes for a number of years, wearing suits but without really any direction or guidance, and who were looking to increase the way they looked or enhance the way they looked. And so I thought this channel might be a way of encouraging and inciting a change in those individuals for the better, not only just in the way we dress but also the way we behave with each other, and that also comes down to people's well-being as well as the way they present themselves, which also promotes grooming and not only looking the part but smelling the part and really enjoying the experience to the full and exploring new ways of dressing in men's attire. So well, 2 years ago we went in the UK into a lockdown, and I was thrown into a situation where I was self-isolating initially for 6 months. That ended up being nearly 2 years, but in that 6 months, having worn normal clothes for a long period of time, suddenly finding myself where I didn't need to wear any clothes as such for work purposes. I was working from home on a laptop, and literally I could get away with wearing jeans and t-shirts. So I missed those occasions where I'd dress up to go out or to go into work or to meet friends for drinks or go out with my partner for a meal. And it then made me think a little bit more about what could I do to change that. This would have been my traditional summer look in the lockdown period. As you can see, the traditional British string vest still prevails, but obviously that's ideal for if there's nobody at home and nobody to see that. But if you're going out, that's not really the ideal way to dress. And I missed those days, so I thought about how can I revitalise me wearing clothes, bearing in mind the only time I'd go out is at 6 o'clock at night on a Friday night just to pick up the groceries from the back door of a department store because of the self-isolation process. So I devised the channel and the websites to initially look at how I can inform others that don't have the previous experience I have of wearing men's attire. Now that previous experience comes down to the influence of my grandfathers, my father, and probably from a dress point of view, the way that I wear suits and my understanding of men's traditional attire and the construction of them comes down to primarily my uncle. My uncle was a significant tailor in his day, And when he retired, he still kept his hands in, and to my fortune, he made me a number of suits, bespoke handmade suits, along with evening dress as well. For example, he gave me created a dinner suit for me. He created my military mess kit for me, and it was all hand sewn, hand finished. I think he did use a machine a couple of times, but it was traditionally made, you know, and well made, to the standard that he was used to, which was the equivalent back in the day to Savile Row standards. He worked on Savile Row for a number of years, and he produced some fantastic clothes for me. Unfortunately, over the years, I've worn them out or gave them away because I didn't think I'd wear them again, and so it set me off on this journey again. But when it comes to coordinating a tie, shirt, pocket square, and the way the suit's constructed, or jackets and trousers, that all came from his influence. So I have an understanding of why they're constructed in a certain way. So although I didn't have a lot of time with him, what time I did have with him was very productive in the sense of understanding about men's attire. Now, I don't proclaim to be an expert. Despite that knowledge, I am just a normal person. In British society, we had a class system which was upper class, middle class and working class. Now, historically, I came from a working class background. I joined the military at 16 years of age, and I left on my 30th birthday. So obviously I had a lot of experience in the military, 14 years, came out as a sergeant, and then obviously from that I went into other industries in a security related responsibility, where I was a security advisor to a number of organisations, government and civilian, and that's where I then started wearing suits and experienced much more about wearing traditional men's clothes, using the experience given to me by my uncle. So obviously I just wanted to take this real opportunity to say to you out there, the subscribers and the people that have supported me so far, I couldn't have done it without your support. You're an inspiration to me on a daily basis. The comments that come back to me, either verbally through talking to friends that know what I do, and also subscribers that put pieces onto the comments, they inspire the next series of videos and give me ideas of how to cover a certain subject. So I really can't thank you enough for your support and encouragement. Obviously now we've hit the 1,000. We can monetize the channel, but I want to emphasize that my goal for the channel is to continue to provide valued advice. If I make a recommendation, which is extremely rare, but if I do, it's based on my own personal experience, whether that's positive or negative. So I want you to feel comfortable with what I say, feel that or understand that I am doing it truly from the bottom of my heart, and the comments I make are based on my personal experience, not as an expertise in a particular area, but how I see things and view things. So I look forward to your continued support. Thank you very much, and we look forward to an ongoing productive future where the numbers continue to the next milestone. So until next time, take care.